tells the story. Here is Mané. He's already scored once, looking for that shoot ball through towards João Felix, and it's quickly cut out by Al-Jaladan. Aouar not really got on the ball so far. Conte in support. Now Diaby. Maybe Benzema in the centre, but Diaby may be clever enough to make something of this. The crossing opportunity now, but Simakan stepping in before Benzema. The final touch of Al-Jaladan.
Give Al-Ittihad some confidence though. You look at Al-Nassr a few times where to defend, it's not looked convincing. They've been caught out. The back line is at 6s and 7s at times, not quite in line as they should be. Especially Diaby, Bergwijn. They'll be very much looking to exploit that with their pace and ability.
Well, Al-Nassr with more of the possession so far, but very little in it. Benzema, here is an opportunity for Bergwijn. Bento beats it out, and Simakan doing just enough on the rebound.
Again, if he can hit that first time, Bergwijn.
Fagihi, Rachal with the challenge, and a corner kick's been given to Al-Ittihad.
It's a good save from Bento, but as I say, can it be hit? I mean, it could well be offside, but can it be hit there? I think the earlier you hit it in a position like that, on the swivel, goalkeeper isn't quite set, whereas that extra touch just gives Bento the opportunity to get set, get his angles right, and makes a good save.
Bergwijn will now take the corner kick. 5 goals for him so far, 3 in the Russian Saudi League. Headed away by Ronaldo inside the 6-yard area. Fagihi all the way back to Rajkovic. It's a very high line, and Benzema knew he was caught in the offside trap, so chose not to get involved. Up and down start for Laurent Blanc so far in terms of performances. 5-2 at Al Oqdoud. That bizarre game here against Al Fatah when they won 4-2, but Rajkovic was sent off, and then they were taken all the way by the newcomers Al-Nassr with that late winning goal from N'Golo Kanté. And they went to Al-Wahda, who of course were relegated last season in the King's Cup in midweek. And they had to really battle to a 1-0 win. They dominated the game, but an early penalty from Al-Shehri was all they had on the scoreboard. Coman looking to link up with Rachal, but sure Jesus will know there's a long way to go. In many ways, the turning point for his team at Al Hilal last season was the King's Cup quarter-final against Al-Ittihad, which they lost on penalties at home. Things were never quite the same since, as Fabinho catches João Felix there.
Not sure why he's unhappy about that. Trying to be a bit too clever. João Felix does well, closing him down and just scuffs his ankles as he goes past with the ball to stop him going any further.
Brozovic over this. Inigo Martinez, one of the players forward, along with Simakan. Brozovic lighted high, but Fabinho went down even before the ball reached the penalty area, and a free kick's being given.
They'll be frustrated to waste that Al-Nassr. Good opportunity to get the ball in the box, fight for it. You just see there, it's funny, isn't it? From the shoulder, probably isn't enough for Fabinho to go down, but you always run that risk as soon as you make contact.
Inigo Martinez, one of the newcomers in defence for Al-Nassr, former Barcelona player. Mané, Brozovic, now João Felix. Coman to his left, but he goes for it. And it's wide in the end, but Rajkovic was scrambling.
As it takes that bounce off the turf, I think that can always unnerve goalkeepers, but it's in a great moment, isn't he? Very much a purple patch, so why not have a go from there? He obviously feels confident enough to do so.
Hat-trick on his debut. 2 last week against Al-Ittihad, and really he should have had a hat-trick. Al-Ittihad. He makes the run in behind, found by Derby. And the cross is blocked by Martinez. Al-Ittihad again, and Martinez is there with a second block. Now Diaby again. It's a flatter cross, which Al-Nassr are able to deal with. Now Danilo under pressure from João Felix. And the 2 Portuguese players in opposition there, and I think João Felix just catching Danilo. And it will be a free kick, but Danilo knows he's got to be on his toes every single second here tonight.
Don't mind that at all. Love that from a forward player, making sure that the defender knows that they're in a game. They're not going to have any time to mess about on the ball.
Bergwijn in pursuit, but Bushal will get there first, but then he shows too much of that to Bergwijn, then goes down and gets a rather cheap free kick.
So Bushal, he gets caught out initially. He's just lucky that then he can get his body back in front of Bergwijn, who probably naive with making that foul.
Al-Nassr looking to win their opening 4 games for the first time since the 2018-19 season. And that was the last time they won the Russian Saudi League title, when they finished a point clear of Al Hilal. Ronaldo. Now Fabinho. And Ronaldo just putting an arm on the shoulder, which was enough for Fabinho to go down, and it will be a free kick. And Ronaldo kicking the ball away, and there'll be at least a word here from Donatas Rumsas. Although Ronaldo doesn't seem keen.
He's not helped himself there. And by the letter of the law, the referee would be quite within his rights to give Cristiano Ronaldo a yellow card. Just petulant.
Al-Ittihad, a goal down here, and they've not lost at home in the Russian Saudi League since the 10th of May 2024, when Al-Ettifaq won here 5-0. Now Mané streaking clear, support from Ronaldo in the centre, but the cross is cut out by Faghihi, and it will be a corner kick, but it should have been so much more for Al-Nassr.
Should have. I think it potentially can go slightly earlier as well. It's neither here nor there. We've got 2 players on the box in different lines. One of them should be able to get on the end of it, and someone with the quality of Sadio Mané should be disappointed with that one.
Well, the big men rumble forward once again for Al-Nassr. Al-Ittihad's 19-game unbeaten run at home in peril here at the moment. Brozovic with the corner kick. Simakan, and then over the top from João Felix. Clear-cut opportunity.
You're expecting him to do better. You really are. Yes, I know it comes at him quick. He's anticipating it. Flick on from Simakan. Yes, it's quick. Yes, it bounces just in front of him, but still should be at least hitting the target.
He rather pecked at it, didn't he? Lack of conviction.
Yeah, you see he's leaning back as well, so that's why it flies over the bar. Be really disappointed with that one.
Rajkovic finding Al-Ittihad. Conte. Aouar. Now Fabinho. Faghihi on his outside, but that high line from Al-Nassr causing problems for Al-Ittihad at the moment. Benzema, though, dropping deeper, looking to slide the ball in. Clever touch from Conte. Al-Ittihad Martinez lunging in. And Coman steps in before Fagihi. That's an excellent ball to release João Felix. Danilo drawn out of the centre once again. And there's room out on the left for Mane. Angeladen looking around for support. Ronaldo. On Kabadi, and that is optimistic.
Between Coman and Ronaldo and his manager, there's some very unhappy faces on that pitch. No need for that. It's poor. Got more time on the ball. Al-Nassr, they've got players up. It's just selfish. It'll take something spectacular to score from there.
I mean, Yaya with the shot at the end. But Danilo and Rajkovic playing out from a very interesting position. Conte looking to release the Diaby. Both teams are leaving plenty of room in behind here. This makes for a very entertaining game.
I think the Al-Nassr high line is working to a point. They've got to make sure they're disciplined with it, because if one of that defensive line drops before the others, which it has happened, they could be in big trouble. Al-Ittihad haven't quite exploited it yet, but I think it's an issue that could rear its head later in the game.
Danilo. Now Al-Musa. Awar goes down by Simakan. Coman. He was under pressure as he played that. Fagihi. Bergwijn looking for that early ball, but you can see Benzema there just saying, look, just calm it down. Just play it on the ground.
Yeah, Simakan's actually done really well, because Bouchal probably gambled when he shouldn't have, which allowed the space for Bergwijn to try and get him behind, but Simakan really clever in a way, just come and swept up that ball and nullified the situation.
Al-Ittihad looking for a more convincing title defence than the one they put up 2 seasons ago, when they missed out on Asian competitions, finishing 5th, 42 points behind Al Hilal. But in many ways, all those free midweeks really benefited their title challenge last season, and they're back in the Asian Champions League in midweek. They'll play Shabab Al-Ahli from the United Arab Emirates here after losing their opening game to Al-Wahda. And Al-Nassr will be in Baghdad in Asian Champions League 2, facing Al-Rawa after beating a team from Tajikistan 5-0 in their opening game. And they've also got an away trip to Goa coming up, which I'm sure they'll all enjoy. Now Al-Musa.
Interesting how Al-Nassr set up at times. They drop into 5-3-2 out of possession. You can see it there, really good reflection of it. But it's when they start to come out of the shape, that 5, that I think causes a few issues.
Brozovic seems to be playing a more advanced role as Bergwijn chases forlornly. 2 years ago, Brozovic had some brilliant numbers, but didn't quite happen for him last year. But he was almost a third central defender at times, but now he's a bit further up the pitch.
Yeah, exactly, and he can influence the play more.
Now Mane. Ronaldo was waiting and exasperated as the ball's claimed by Rajkovic.
He's frustrated because he's made 2 very good runs now. But Mane should, in all essence, find him with. It's been scrappy from Al-Ittihad's point of view so far, as Awar is caught there by Al-Kabri. Conte. Brozovic is there again, but Diaby in pursuit. No flag for now. Looking for support, maybe doesn't need it. He hammers the ball in.
And then the flag is raised.
They look miles off. I'm surprised that the assistant potentially didn't flag when he gets on the ball here. You can see there with the lines on the pitch. Good yard away. But that is the issue with the very, very high back line from Al-Nassr. It will be exploited at some point. They've just got to be a little bit more patient, Al-Ittihad.
Well, fans of the English Premier League may have seen the Arsenal-Manchester City game last weekend, where Manchester City, leading 1-0, played a high line, and it worked perfectly until the 92nd minute when Arsenal scored.
Exactly, and that's the problem. It's a high-risk strategy, especially when it's only 1-0.
Well, there's a cooling break now, with half an hour played at the Al-Ittihad Stadium on a perfect Friday evening in Jeddah, and it has been so far for Al-Nassr, leading this game by a 1-0 thanks to a cracking volley from Sadio Mané. And they have been the better side, and in terms of chance creation, I think Jorge Jesus may be slightly disappointed they aren't further ahead.
Yeah, I think you're right. Some very good runs from Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, this is the goal. Great feat by Felix. Finds Coman, who again uses his ability, that bit of pace over the first 5 yards, and then the composure to find Mane. But my word, that is a fantastic finish on his weaker foot. Makes it look easy, but it's so difficult because it's coming back across him on his weaker foot. It's high, he's having to get his knee and hip over the ball. What a finish that is.
Well, half an hour played away from home, 9 shots so far for Al-Nassr, but only 1 on target, the goal from Sadio Mané. Al-Ittihad have only had 2 efforts on target, or 2 efforts on goal rather, eventually in this stadium in a couple of weeks' time. And we're back underway. Ronaldo. Support from Yaya now, Brozovic. And Kaiberi. João Felix. Mane from Yaya.
Excellent. Thought he was beaten there, but what a great challenge that is.
Now Ronaldo.
It doesn't get easier than that for Cristiano Ronaldo, and what a big moment that is. The second goal off.
Coman now popping up on the left. Yaya. Ronaldo out on the field tonight. You could maybe quibble about the fullback areas, but certainly in terms of the attacking talent,
if they were to have scored for Al-Nassr, still a difficult one.
Opportunity Steven Bergwijn earlier on when it was 0-0.
There is the chance that he might.
Musa, Mane, now Brozovic, Kabari. It's good football again from Al-Nassr. Coman runs into Fagihi, and that is half-time, and it's been Al-Nassr's first half. Sadio Mané volleying in a superb opening goal, and then providing the scooped assist for Cristiano Ronaldo to make it 2-0. And in the battle of the 100%ers, it is going Al-Nassr's way so far. Half-time.